We about to check out Candace Owens. I'm laughing because in the live stream, I was doing an impersonation of the Proud Family uncle. I digress. You need to check out my live streams in order to enjoy that part of the show. Check out Candace Owens, man. She's about to roast Cardi B for having a mental breakdown. I don't mean to laugh, but not everything's meant for the internet, bro. Like, go to the doctor if it's serious. But if you're doing it to try to sell records, though, go off, sis. Let's check out Candace Owens, a true queen out here in these streets.
In this podcast as well. And it gets worse. Now, just to give you a little bit of background before you see this next clip, rather notoriously, the rapper Cardi B went on an Instagram live and was talking about what she did before she became famous. She used to be a stripper, that's well known, but she also talked about how she would take men home from the strip club and she would drug them and
Facts.
Rob them. You know, it's amazing. She admitted to...
This is facts. She definitely did that. Did that and got praised for it. Could you imagine a male rapper saying that? Wow.
Committing the crime of drugging men and then robbing them while they were asleep, taking their wallets, and yet she's still been given tons of awards. Obviously not a very defensible thing for any woman to do, whether you're a stripper or not. But Imani defends her actions, and I want you to take a close listen to why she defends them.
How do you feel about Cardi B?
What about her?
About Cardi B admitting that she
Good for her.
used to... Wait, no, that she used to drug and men?
Good for her.
Good for her?
Wow.
Good for her. Who gives a They got robbed. They can get that back. They had all the money to buy this they can buy it again. We're not even going to start comparing getting drugged and robbed.
That's crazy. Yo. Yeah, Cardi B need to be in jail, bro. That's disgusting. And you got chicks out here really praising her for like, yeah, good for her.
For some watches or some money to getting sexually assaulted. I'm never going to be like, oh, we should be talking about Cardi B when it talks about like all the sexual assault going on. She didn't sexually assault them.
Okay, so the perspective that she holds is that it's totally fine for a woman to rob and steal money from men because in the world, men are doing things that are worse. She names another man not related to Cardi B.
Drug and rob. Can't forget that part.
Who she believes committed sexual assault, and therefore that somehow justifies Cardi B doing something that, again, every single person in the world should condemn. What we're actually seeing, and I thought about this a lot in terms of millennials, is that brainwashing works. I am a millennial. Where is this perspective coming from? Why are there so many women that are talking about men and saying that they hate them, that they don't aspire to have a family, that they don't aspire to have any children, that they instead want to focus on themselves? And by the way, when you look at that clip of her, you can see that there is no internal joy coming out of her. This is not a happy woman that is speaking. I know it's supposed to be sold to you as this is INDEPE, independent woman. She's confident as well. No, none of those things are happening.
She didn't look happy at all. Look mad as hell. That looked like bitterness, right? It looked like bitterness. And that's crazy that you could say that. Like, so what? They don't get money. Think money grow on trees? Like, what's wrong with you? What if that's all he had? What if he had bills? Like, what if he had like sick family members he had to take care of? Like, so?
Sensing is actually a deep internal sadness. And again, how did this happen? Well, we are Generation Millennial. I think back to my own schooling experience. I think back to why it is that I used to hold the perspective that I should aspire to be a feminist, that I should aspire to climb the corporate ladder, that we do not need men at all in our lives. And fortunately, those perspectives were shattered for me before I could end up like Imani. And it really starts with school. The state began an initiative where once upon a time in America, women were learning home ec, men were learning trades, crafts, how do you build your home? How do you take care of your children?
Crazy. I had home ec for like, I think one year probably. Like, not even in like high school, junior high school. I think we had home ec in elementary. Right? And then just never had it again. They need to bring that back. But wood shop classes and things like that. In fact, and teach kids about taxes. That would be nice, right? Some stuff that you actually going to use in life, budgeting. right? Things of that nature.
It has been replaced with radical ideologies. I remember sitting in health class and actually learning about the climate agenda. I remember learning and watching Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth and being told that it was selfish and to aspire to have a family and to have children when the world and the planet is going to end. Our minds were shaped, millennial minds were shaped to be anti-family. And now we are seeing the results of that everywhere. And it's even more pervasive because we have social media where these clips can go viral and women can stand on that and say, that's absolutely aspirational. This is actually a cancer that is happening in our society, that there are people that think it's cool not to have children, that they're trying to normalize, one of the favorite words they say on Instagram. Let's normalize not aspiring to family. No, we should not normalize that whatsoever. We have
the having children thing. I'm not so eager to have that. Like, I don't know if Candace Owens is working for my mom and she's like a spy that's sitting here to convince me to give my mom grandbabies, but that's not happening, mama. Not yet. But when it comes to that, if you have a goal of starting your family, it doesn't have to be the traditional way. As far as you have to have a kid and you have to do this and you have to do that. But I do agree with her on how, especially nowadays in society, it's kind of frowned upon to have a family. Right? At least that's what they would make you think if you watch mainstream media and movies. Your family could be you, your partner, and a dog or something. Or just you and your partner. And then maybe eventually a kid whenever you're ready. You don't have to rush for that. But I do agree with her on that standpoint. I just don't think you got to rush to have a kid.
Have to continue to talk about it. Because the truth, as I always tell anybody that watches this show, is that if you wear that cloak of feminism for too long, if you become like Amani and you become bitter towards men and you become bitter towards the idea of family, you will end up sad and alone. I promise you. There's just no way. Forget if you say both having a family, even just having a relationship. I just want to be by me. I just want to be by myself and do everything for myself. That is the saddest way that you could possibly exist. And that's all.
Unless you're what they call those people. I forgot what it is. Is it asexual? Something. I forgot. It's a term where it's like they have no need for intimacy in any way, shape, or form. And they're perfectly content, just vibing and chilling. And not necessarily with anyone as a partner, but just by themselves. I think there are certain people like that. I can't remember the exact term. There's a YouTuber I watch sometimes that's kind of like that. I be disagreeing with them a lot, but the fact that they're able to give opinions openly and honestly and disagree, I respect that, right? I respect that. But I think that that's something that they've discussed briefly is that like, they don't like nobody. Like they just like peace, right? That's all they want. They're not interested in anything, right? But I was like, oh, okay, that's crazy. But there's some people that's on that monk life, right? To where they're not into that kind of stuff. Possible.
All I'm going to say about that.
Rare.
If you're looking to save money this year, but don't want to sacrifice the...
Okay, hold on. I ain't gonna play the ad. Let's see if there's another point. How you got her name in the title? And it's not like a whole segment. Let me see. I gotta be missing it.
Can get treated like celebrities simply because they believe that there are eyes that are watching them. I thought that was pretty amazing and just wanted to put that onto your radar. Moving on, you guys, I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about Cardi B because I have talked about her many times.
Yo, somebody in Candace Owens' camp. Timestamps, buddy. You messing up, boy. It should not be that hard. Not the average person doesn't know how to keyword search, bro. So if you want people to be able to find segments on her podcast, you got to get better. There's no timestamp there for that. Not a single one. None. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. That's too many stories in one. Timestamp that. I'm over here criticizing them like I ain't a small time YouTuber that don't timestamp his live streams at all. What you want me to do? I don't got a team. The hell you talking about? I got the fan gang, my supporters. No, I appreciate the hell out of y'all. But yeah, fam. if you go on timestamp at all, how do you mess up with that timestamp? Anyway, I digress. Let's see what she got to say about Cardi B. That's funny as hell. If you go on timestamp, do the timestamp correctly.
Guys that are watching them, I thought that was pretty amazing and just wanted to put that onto your radar. Moving on, you guys, I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about Cardi B because I have talked about her many times on this show. Her and I have had various spats, and I recently saw a clip circulating of her having a mental breakdown, really, about her husband. And I just want to be clear that I thought that it was incredibly sad. I don't know what the context of this clip is, but I can tell you that rumors began circulating that her husband, Offset, who is another performer, was cheating on her again. So he had notoriously cheated on her once and she forgave them. I think, obviously, for the sake of their children. They do have 2 young children together. And rumors began circulating they cheated on her again. She then took to Instagram and said this. Take a listen.
Because you will talk to and a motherfucker play in your face over and over and over and over and over again and still be like, watch what I'm about to do. Watch what I'm about to say. And it's so sad that a like to, this motherfucker really likes to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time, when I'm not the most confident. He likes to play games with me because he knows I'm not an easy girl. He knows yesterday I could have been out, I could have been chilling, I could have been this and that. He knows I'm in my house. He knows that I'm chilling. He knows I'm not doing the most. And I've really been sparing you. You've been feeling yourself, you because of your album and shit. And you've really been doing me dirty after.
Let's pause it real quick. You're a grown ass woman. Why are you putting your business out here like this? Unless you're about to use it for a marketing scheme. Unless you're about to use it to sell records and play victim. Because you see it worked so well for Meg Thee Stallion. That's a whole nother issue. I could do a documentary about that. Real talk. Check out my main channel. Right? Check out my main channel where I do like more video essay format. But yeah, man, she tripping. She's straight tripping.
And I've really been sparing you. You've been feeling yourself, you because of your album and shit. And you've really been doing me dirty after so many.
So you've been feeling yourself because of your album? Didn't he just lose like a brother or something like that? Or like a close relative? Right? Didn't one of his group members just pass away recently?
Is that I'm up your not even a thank you that I got for your and it's so crazy that I gotta go to the internet because whenever I tell you something, you don't take serious.
The fact that she just said that she has to go to, you don't have to go to the internet though. You're choosing to do such. You don't have to go to the internet. It's totally fine. But for some reason, you're choosing to go to the internet. Like, don't put that on nobody but you. You're choosing, go to the doctor. You're rich. You can get the best of doctors and therapists. What? Why are you airing out your personal business unless you want to be seen as a victim? And you look like she got like 26,000 people in here watching. My bad, 29,000. Damn. Watching live, probably feeling bad for her.
So yeah, a lot of people tagged me in this and wanted to know what my response was because I have laughed at Cardi B a lot in the past because of her antics. And I just want to be very clear that listening to that, I don't know how anybody could have any response other than tremendous sadness for somebody that is going through something that is so real that her voice is breaking at the end. She's crying. And I want to just make something clear about my perspective on Cardi B in general. I've said it over and over again, but the media never runs the headline. I think that there's a lot to respect about Cardi B. She did not come from circumstances that made her life easy. She made something out of herself. I told you guys that my cousin made me watch Love and Hip Hop, and it was very clear to me that she was a star. She was very funny. She was very lighthearted.
I can't front. I remember first seeing her on Love and Hip Hop, and I remember like around the time I lived in an apartment. It was just me and my roommate, and we had people in our house every day. It was like packed. This is years ago, right? When I was younger. And I remember like whenever she would be on the screen, like the girls would be like, yo, Love and Hip Hop on. We like, whatever, there's chicks in here, whatever. We put it on. Bam. Everyone in the room loved Cardi B. people that don't even watch reality TV was like, we don't know what it is about her. She's so real. We like her. It's because she didn't really have a filter. I still think she nasty for that drugging people and robbing them stuff. But yeah, she has a star quality. She has something. Even when she performs, right? I don't give her credit for the music because she ain't doing none of it. Like, it's all written and prepared for her. Like, Meg Thee Stallion's ex-boyfriend was pretty much writing all the Cardi B songs. That's a well-known fact. But she has a certain performance and a certain entertainment, or an X Factor, I should say, which is a TV show I used to watch about that. I used to love that show. I don't know if it still comes on, but it was way different than American Idol because it was about, do you have the it factor? It wasn't about, can you sing well? That's one of the qualities. But do you have it? Like, that show was a competition. They brought rappers on there, singers, whatever, right? Do you have the it factor? And some people are born with it. Some people aren't. I've heard someone say main character energy. Some people have background character energy, and it's fine. I think that I had background character energy and lived a life so crazy that now by default, with all my scars and bruises, I'm a main character. Just is what it is. But people don't want to have the bumps and bruises to become a main character, right? That's the thing. I like that analogy. Whoever it was that told me that was a really, really good analogy.
About her circumstances. Things obviously changed when she became famous because it's almost impossible for things not to change. And there was
to have YouTube channels for over 20 years, damn near, and they never crack 100 subs. I'm not a numbers guy, but 20 years without more than 100 people feeling like they could connect to you means that you might not have the it factor. You might not have what people are looking for in entertainment. And that's okay. If you're doing it for fun, do it. You know what I mean? Do it.
Clearly a lot of internal pressure. And Cardi B was forced into situations like notoriously interviewing Joe Biden that she should have never really been forced into by people that did not have her best interests at heart. I think that Cardi B...
I think I'm maybe one of these days tell y'all a story. You ever when I first noticed I had the it factor, I should say, or main character energy, it was one specific moment before I even created a channel or anything. Something happened back when I was doing martial arts.
Suffers from the idea that she's not allowed to change, that the same Cardi B that was a stripper has to remain the same Cardi B that is now obviously a multimillionaire. And that's because there's all of this pressure. People always say to you, oh, you changed as you climb up, as if it's an insult. And I think the idea that of not changing is the biggest insult. Because I get it too. You've changed. Yeah. You knew me 5 years ago.
Exactly. I agree. I say that all the time. Don't change in a way to where you become like evil or something, but you should be trying to better yourself, right? So if Cardi's not the same person who was drugging and robbing men, okay, but she has shown me nothing to indicate such. In fact, she's been rewarded for that type of behavior. So I didn't see anything that shows that she changed the way she is. Not one.
And I had no children. Of course, I've changed. My perspectives have changed because I now view the world almost through their lens. What is this world that we're creating? And my issue with Cardi B is that she's not changing and that the things that she is promoting are the very things that are destroying her relationship. Now, again, and I'm saying this with gloves on because I mean this to be a larger lesson, but not an insult to Cardi. But when your music inspires women to live a loose life, right? When the way that you dress and the way that you perform is inspiring men to gawk at you and to treat you really like a piece of flesh, you cannot be surprised when the world starts to mimic that, when your own household starts to mimic that. And the fact that Offset has been...
Which is crazy. Like, if you think about that, she actually does have a fun personality. I think she's highly entertaining, right? That's what made her a superstar. You know how many girls go on reality TV trying to become Cardi B? Cardi B literally took another girl's spot. There was another girl that was famous on this reality TV show that kept saying she wanted to be a famous rapper. And people literally wanted her to become a famous rapper. But she had a whole situation with Stevie J. And anyway, right? So she came in, Cardi B came in and went right into that spot, had a dope personality, was entertaining. And the music started to sound better. The music was trash at first, and then it started to get better and better because she started finding producers and labels that believed in her and invested that time into teaching her how to rap better and all this other stuff. But she has a good personality. The fact that she shows all this and shakes things and is provocative means that she's desired, which might be good in the short term, but in the long term, it's like, it's not really as cracked up as what it seems, especially if that's all it is, right? That's the thing that a lot of people that are more attractive learn later in their life, right? And I always talk about, it's funny how everything goes to that, right? Like you'll think that you got things easier, so it's going to be smooth sailings ahead. Then you get older and you realize like, not only do people treat me differently in a way to where it might even feel uncomfortable now because of how attractive I am, but every time I've messed with people just solely based on attractiveness and nothing, it's only led to just horrible stuff and bad things that I'm not even going to mention on YouTube because YouTube is going to demonetize the video. But let's just say people have gotten Chris Brown because they just wanted what was attractive and only what was attractive, right? Or Rihanna, right? Because Rihanna definitely wasn't innocent in that situation. Men have gotten Rihanna. They just wanted the chick that was, oh, she's fine, she got a big booty, and meanwhile she crazy, right? She's like literally like a Gotham villain in Batman. Crazy. She belongs in Arkham Asylum. I'm speaking from experience. I've dated the nigga. I've had chicks that look like video models back in the day, nigga. Like, to where I had girls that would get stopped in the street on a regular basis. That shit was annoying. Oh my gosh, you so fun. I've had chicks like that. And they would always be crazy. Right? They would always be out their mind. I've told a story time about one of my exes hit me up saying she needed me to handle something. Right? Some dude was harassing her. Come to find out, she was just hearing shit. Nobody was there, nigga, is what I'm trying to tell you. She was talking to herself. That bitch was crazy. All right, that was it. I just had to. I'm saying I would have went over there and ended up chained up to the bed like Misery, and she would have came out with a jackhammer. I don't know, right? But she was fine though. Crazy. That's one of the valuable lessons it taught me, to not think with my other brain and then think with my brain. How conducive is my life with you in it? That's something that's higher quality than if you got a big booty or not. Still like them thick though. That's my type.
Stepping out on their marriage is, by the way, not an excuse for him, because I think that it's absolutely disgusting, especially as a father of two.
Somebody that's a good woman who cooks and cleans, is nice, attentive, believes in me, and she a little thick side, cute and all that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
It's because he's a weak man, first and foremost. And it's also because I don't think that you guys adhere to what it means to be in a traditional relationship. And that has always been my critique of Cardi B. That she lives her life in a way, obviously, just to be clear, Cardi B got married before she had children. That is amazing. Cardi B is fighting for her family, even as they go through this publicly, which obviously brings her great pain. But there are more things that Cardi B can do. So I just want to give her public permission to change, to aspire to more and to recognize that anybody that throws anything at you and says, oh, you changed, you're not the same. Why aren't you rapping about guns and drugs and strippers and hoes anymore? I don't want to listen to you. Yeah, that's called good riddance. Sometimes you do have to go through the process.
As good as that would be for her mental health, it won't be good for her career. I don't think Candace Owens is understanding how the rap industry works, especially with female rappers. There's a list of them that are doing the same thing. When one stops or slows down, another one will slide right into that seat and now be like the queen. Cardi B the queen right now. If she don't put out a new record soon, that spot's gonna go to someone else. There's a bunch of contenders. Nicki Minaj was the queen for a long time. She fell off a little bit, but she's still up there. So Nicki Minaj might get that spot immediately if she could put out a dope project. You got Meg Thee Stallion, who might take that spot, especially off of the sympathy. She really did the Rihanna and Taylor Swift, blew up her career even more. Then you got the youngins like Big Lotto, right? Sexy Reds. things like that. There's a plethora of females that's not doing that type of rap that's good. They get no attention whatsoever. Rhapsody probably is one of the best female rappers out right now. She ain't getting that attention, right? I used to like, what's her name? She got too woke for me. That's probably why I forgot her. But there's certain songs I still listen to because she has a certain tone that's like relaxing. What is her name? I can't even remember her name no more. You shouldn't go woke. You shouldn't go woke and start attacking fans. But I can't remember that girl's name, but she was good too as well. There's a few female rappers that I listen to from time to time. Little Kim, but more the older records. Her career is done compared to what it used to be.
Process of a metamorphosis. And,
but yeah,
again, very sorry to hear her crying like that. I wouldn't want any woman to go through that. Moving on, you guys, to a really strange story.
Yeah, I disagree with the changing element. Like, I think it would be good for her mental health, but at the same time, it's going to be detrimental for her career. It's like on YouTube, right? If certain people blow up for a certain type of level of toxicity, yeah, it'd probably be beneficial for their mental health if they don't do that anymore. But what's the chances we gonna get that? What's the chances they gonna stop being disgusting when they're getting a whole bunch of benefits from being nasty? Same thing within the music industry. You're getting rewarded for your bad behavior. It's gonna be hard for you to stop your bad behavior. So rappers like the Baby still running around. He gets rewarded for his bad behavior. And that's why he's still running around wilding out. But it is what it is. That's my opinion. Shout outs to Candace Owens. Watch her channel. Check out the video. That should be linked in the description. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Now, if you have some extra time, can you do me a favor? Check out my music. I rap, I sing, and I make beats. All of that should be linked in the description. Also, if you want to watch me live stream, you can check me out on BX Beats Boy Live. That's another YouTube channel. It should be linked to my homepage. And you can check me out on Twitch and Rumble. I'm streaming on all these platforms, man. Trying to just get out there. Also, if you want to support me, you can sign up for my memberships on my channel, as well as my Patreon for as low as $1. You get exclusive access to a bunch of videos early before you even get it on YouTube, as well as videos that's not ever going to be on YouTube. Stuff that actually got me suspended and banned. It's kind of my anti-cancel culture fund for BX Beast Boy. You know what I mean? And it also helps me get resources for certain video essays and things of that nature. Check that out if you're able to. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and join my Discord if you are able to, man. The link should be somewhere within my description or somewhere on my channel. I would really love to see you there, man. That's where you get a chance to talk to me and the rest of my supporters, man. I appreciate you guys. Bang Gang out.